Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Bojan Petreski. Today is June 1st, 2022. This is the 3D market commentary for today. The disclaimer is running there for your use, your understanding, and your protection. That this is for educational and instructional purposes only. Of course, the QR code is there for you to scan and get a hold of some information that is going to be presented in this session. Let's go ahead and get started with the session for today. So, this is what the market commentary would look like coming at you in your inbox as long as you sign up for our free membership, which will display right there, right below, tradewithufos.com/news/. Our 3D market commentary we utilize for a couple of things. Uh, it's consisted of three dimensions, like the name says, 3D approach. We're looking at the market climate, buy and sell UFOs, and market volatility. The first one, the market climate, gives us the upcoming market direction, whether or not we should be looking for long opportunities, short opportunities, or maybe we should be looking elsewhere for better setups. And then, of course, buy and sell UFOs are proprietary and patented technology that gives us the unfilled orders that are responsible for the upcoming turning points, which are the entries and exits, also represented by these flying saucers, unmistakably named auto UFOs. And then, of course, the market volatility that gives us the upcoming price change speed, that gives us the risk to reward ratio. I just want to make sure it looks like we're all good to go. Wonderful, great. Okay, and of course, we combine these elements to gain a statistical edge, an objective, and remain objective and realistic when we're trading, investing, or hedging. Combining these few elements that I just discussed, we're going to analyze and take a look at five different markets that you see right here on the right, as well as down below in the market summary. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one, which is the S&P 500. As we see right now, the current market climate in the S&P 500 has remained up. It is confirmed, and it's been going up for 4 days out of typically nine. That those same numbers are represented down here below, as you see. Typically, we always round these deviations up to give us a little bit more time in that particular climate. As we see right now, though, we're on the fourth one out of typically nine. We have a UFO that was more or less the origin of this bounce up here, which is this 39.9775. The 38.72 down below. 44.3275 up top is the nearest opposing UFO to this climate, or the nearest sell UFO, which is the 44.3275, 45.09. These are the closest UFOs that we're going to look at. However, there's plenty more up top, and there's also plenty more down below. Of course, we are focused primarily on what's in front of us. And remember, this is a fairly large time frame, the daily time frame. Typically, it is important to understand if the market is entering perhaps an overextended climate, or it is touching upon a UFO on this time frame. That typically gives you a little bit of indication that there may be a pause or there may be a complete turnaround. Based on the VIX, though, right now we're looking at 26.27%. Anything in this is kind of, in my opinion, and most people that I've spoken to, but anything over 18%, we're looking at elevated volatility. Therefore, right now, volatility is elevated. We'll see that also in crude oil, but we're seeing it across the markets as well, as they're getting a little bit rattled since the beginning of the year. Now, if you're looking to educate yourself, please look for no further than here. We do have the main asset classes, futures, stocks, and forex. However, we also have courses that can be applied to all of the asset classes across the board, which will give you additional information and perhaps a little bit more insight into your trading. And that is our backtesting, trading plans, and trading psychology courses, which, in my humble and opinion, and in my own personal experience, without having these three put together and applied to any of the main asset classes that you are attempting to trade, or perhaps you are trading and you want to perfect on, it is just simply not possible. But Everybody's story is a little different. You can use this link here to go to browse and register for a course, and as well as down here below, tradewithufos.com/courses. Any one of them comes with a complimentary access to auto UFOs and auto climate, giving you time to backtest, explore, and understand the power of what is being presented to you today. All right, moving on to crude oil. Crude oil had quite the day yesterday. We had some technical difficulties yesterday, but we saw this massive spike that we saw yesterday in crude oil, only for it to go all the way down. So look at this range right here. We have a 119.98. We were 2 cents away from 120. Okay, turns back around, closes all the way to 114.67. Again, those of you who are new to trading, maybe to you this is you've noticed it, and you're just thinking, okay, it's just another asset class that's being volatile. Well, folks, when I tell you, we consider crude oil to be volatile back when it was moving like this. Okay, now compare these massive extended range candles. Of course, this is due to the unfortunate and hopefully to be behind us event, which is the Russian invasion in Ukraine that's rattled this market to unprecedented levels. As you see, it reached 100 and close to $130 up here. Didn't close there, but again, this is something that it is not usual for this much volatility in the crude oil market. Nearest buy UFO 111.96, 103.24 down below. Fourth day on this confirmed climate that we're seeing here. There are no UFOs up above. Based on the OVX, close to 50% volatility, 3.66 dollars for the day. Again, for perspective, this is 36,000. I'm sorry, $3,600 for the daily expected move that we're looking at here. Even though it says only $3.66, for those unfamiliar, that's $3,660 movement, daily expected movement for the day for crude oil, which is, as I mentioned, unprecedented volatility in crude oil. But that's the world we live in right now. So we're going to take it with the way it comes at us. Now, if you need the auto UFOs only, if you want to utilize the technology that's behind this package of software, I don't want to call it just indicator. It is available for TradingView, MetaTrader, Top, which is our very own platform, and it's soon to be available to multiple platforms as well. You can use this link here to subscribe to any of the apps, and of course, you can also use the link down below here as well. We do offer monthly or yearly memberships. This is available to you. Obviously, the yearly membership bringing its own discount. Next one that we're going to look at is gold. Gold currently in an unconfirmed climate for the 8th day in a row. It's really unsure which way it wants to go. We do have a sell UFO up above here, 2003 to 1962.7, and a buy UFO at 1834.8 to 1785. 17.90% volatility for gold. Nothing unusual. The unusual entire part about gold is the reality always was that when the markets get volatile, we do see people kind of run to gold as kind of the safe haven for their money, so that way they can kind of go through the volatility of the markets as it happens. However, interesting to see, we're still obviously in a crisis. We're still in a situation where it hasn't resolved yet we're seeing price of gold go all the way down to where it was before, or right around where the Russian invasion happened in Ukraine. So as you see that right here, it is back to prices where it was. Obviously, we're seeing a bounce right here. We have a massive UFO right there as well. It's testing it right now, actually. On the daily, it's already pulled back up. But again, the climate says unconfirmed. So it's just interesting to see these things. that one day were the norm and today they are not. And that's the fluidity and the I think the part about the markets that has everybody on their toes all the time, because things are shifting along with people's mentality, and of course the participants and players in the market as well. All right, now if you need coaching or support, that is also available to you through us. We do have these trading sessions that are compatible with all time zones. On top of that, you can sign up for all asset advanced coaching, which will allow you access to any of the instructors on our channels, myself included. When it comes to training, you can set up one-on-one sessions where you can discuss, or you can just request somebody to just have another look at everything you're doing and see if there's any insight that can be produced. And of course, as it says here, it may help you avoid some bad habits that you may not know you even have. So give it a look, give it a try. Right there is the link as well. Of course, my direct link, I'm going to share that with you as well. It's tradewithufos.com/Bojan. That will also give you access to questions that people are asking on our website, as well as the whole suite of information that is shared on this um, 3D market commentary. All right. Next one on our list, we have the dollar index. Now, I understand if you might not be trading the dollar index, that's quite okay. Just understand that the dollar index does tend to impact how certain forex pairs move, and I would say if not certain, then most. Most are directly correlated with the dollar index. Many of them are indirectly correlated with the dollar index. Therefore, it's really, I would say, wise to have just a small little chart of a window open just to see what the dollar is doing overall. Right now, we're seeing that the dollar is in a confirmed down climate, the ninth day out of typically six. So, as you see, we're already seeing a little bit of bounce up. I'm a little surprised that we didn't have. Oops, that was a bad straight line. I'm a little surprised that it wasn't unconfirmed as of the opening today, because we're already seeing some strength yesterday. But there's a good chance that this was, as you see, it was all the way up here, closed down below. So maybe that is why the software detected that, hey, there still might be some strength left in this down climate. Again, I'm not the one to argue with the software. I'm the one that uses it, and software currently says market climate remains to the downside. Nearest sell UFO 102.805, 103.295, 106.75 to 99.810. Of course, this is right around that round number 100 for the dollar index. Based on EVZ, we're looking at 8.6% volatility. Daily expected move 55 cents. Right. Next on our list, we have, well, if you don't want to read this overview, again, I'm going to share this entire section here, which is the link tree for our channel's information. Basically, you'll be able to access a whole bunch of links right there. Link tree / trade with UFOs. If you don't want to read this overview, of course, it is broadcast daily, Monday through Friday. It is available to watch on our YouTube channel, as well as Facebook, Twitch, Tiger Trade, many other places where you can stream. And of course, you can catch up some missed commentaries. This link will take you to our YouTube channel, where I would appreciate if you can like and subscribe to it, mainly because it'll notify you every time we go live. All right, next one that we have is Bitcoin, which by far is the last on the list, but definitely not the least of the instruments. Currently in an unconfirmed up climate, so it looks like we finally broke out of this. Well, if I could just actually draw it out of this section here, where we had an extended down climate happening. We saw a nice big pull out of these 30,000s, currently hovering around the 31,000. We did test down below here, as many of you, I'm sure, witnessed. We tested the lows of 25,437.5, as you see right there. So the 25,000s were tested. Of course, our nearest UFO actually was a little bit down below, 23,737.5 to 22,910. And the nearest Sell UFO 35,525 to 36,445 were the nearest locations where we were going to be seeing some of these um, potential turning points. However, the market didn't quite make it down to there. Um, so here we are right now, currently hovering in this, let's still call it a range, mainly because it has not broken out of it. It has to break this, I would say, this high here of 32,460 before we can see a definite confirmation and a potential challenge to the 35,000s again. BVIN says 81.96% volatility. That's not unusual for Bitcoin. 1635 is actually typically around where it is at. All right, now last but definitely not least is our top. This is our very own platform. This is the Predictive Options Planner. This is something that is developed in-house. It is a broker agnostic platform that is used to trade all assets. You can learn more and subscribe using this link here. All right, folks, that's that for the information for today. Let's just take a quick peek at the weekly economic calendar for this week. So Lagarde already spoke. We have ISM manufacturing happening in the U.S., Bank of Canada interest rate decision and rate statement, holiday in Great Britain for June 1st, trade balance in Australia, ADP employment change, Dragon Boat Festival in China, retail sales on Friday in European Union, non-farm payrolls on Friday in the US, as well as ISM services. And then New Zealand celebrates the Queen's birthday. So interesting to see sometimes the different holidays around the world. You know, that's all it is. All right, folks, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.